All right, guys, welcome. Welcome to some minor audio issues. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Should be good to go now. Welcome to episode 3 of the Sweat Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Mason. Glad to have you with us. Got a big show for you guys today. Lots to get to, lots to cover. I'm going to start out, as always, with a local recap from all the events that happened this past week in the area. Of course, we'll follow that up with a local uh, upcoming schedule for tournaments coming up in the area in the next couple weeks. And then, of course, after that, we'll take a look around the country at other pool news, other big events going on around the country. We've got the third annual Brennan Crockett Memorial 10-ball Open to get to out in Sacramento at Hard Times. So you guys are going to want to hang out, listen to all of that, of course. No guest today. Just going to have a little bit of a conversation, a themed conversation that you'll see when we get to that. But we do have a lot of great guests coming up very soon. I've had several awesome guests already commit to coming on the podcast. Just going to be a matter of getting the scheduling set in stone for some of those guys. So looking forward to that. And I may actually start making announcements on that. Let you guys know who we got coming on the show so you guys can have something to look forward to for your Monday nights. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it with your local recap for the area. First thing I want to get to today, I'm excited. Very, very excited. You see, I'm wearing my Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar shirt. It is my home room. They sponsor the Sweat live stream. Love working with those guys. And as of today, bam, 8 beautiful 7-foot Blue Label Pro Cut diamond pool tables. They're there. They're installed. They're open right now. You guys can go check them out. We'll actually be closed, I believe, tomorrow and Wednesday. They've got a contractor coming in to redo the floor in the hallway and going back to the new kitchen that's coming in. So, no Wednesday night tournament this week at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar. There is a Wednesday night tournament at Tom's Bullpen in Dover, Delaware. Tournament director this week, I believe, will be Adam Frank. Normally, Nelson Toll runs those tournaments, so you guys are gonna want to go check them out. But we're gonna do the recap first. I'll of course announce all the upcoming tournaments in the next segment, but just wanted to get that bit of news out to you guys. Diamonds at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar. Shout out to Jeff and Alyssa doing a great job over there, really making the room nicer and nicer by the day. So, last week's Wednesday night 9-ball tournament at Tom's Bullpen in Dover, Delaware. Tournament director Nelson Toll. They had 13 players. Congratulations, Josh Brothers and Tariq Mala chopping it up first and second. Third place, Nelson Toll, tournament director. Good job, Nelson. So, they have that tournament every Wednesday night at Tom's Bullpen in Dover. Check them out. Wednesday night at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. I had the pleasure of being there. I don't normally get to go travel and play in the middle of the week, but I was on vacation last week. So I figured, hey, what the heck? I might as well go play some pool. Don't matter if I get home late. So I was there. Tournament director Kevin Williams of the Black Cat Pool Tour. They have that tournament every Wednesday night at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. I actually streamed some of the matches if you want to go check them out. I think we only had 13 players there, but it was a ridiculous field for the amount of players in the field. Jimmy Varias and Jake LeBon chopped up first and second out there. Third place, Rob Cord. Fourth place, Josh McCauley. So, and there were several great players there. Joe Tomkowski was there. Michael Newport was there. Chris Kilgo. Just a really, really loaded small field. So, Friday night at Brews and Q's in Glen Burnie, your tournament director was Josh McCauley. They had 20 players, first and second, chopping it up. Once again, everybody likes to chop on Friday night. Gets a little late. You want to get home at a decent time, especially if you're playing the next day. So first and second chop, Rick Scarlato Jr. and Joe Wright. Third place, Tom Zippler. Fourth place, Rick Molinaro. That's strong. All those guys play real, real strong. So Tough tournament out there, but just a $20 entry, so great experience you can get playing over there. A real nice room, of course. So Friday night at Pockets Tavern in Newcastle, Delaware. 32 players, full field. Tournament director Tariq El Mala, shout out to him. He's doing a great job. Really just got into running tournaments a couple months ago, and he's really doing awesome stuff. The stream was by Ray Netta. His page is Tough Cuts on Facebook. Check him out. First place, Matt Craw. Second place, Vinny Cimarelli. I believe Vinny actually had the hot seat. Matt came back through and beat him. Third place, Jeff Jones Jr. Fourth place, Jeff Gibson. Fifth, sixth, Josh Brothers. And Lewis Wahage. Lewis playing real good. A lot of strong high finishes in a bunch of tournaments the last couple weeks. So shout out to him. Friday night at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar last Friday. That's in Dagsboro, Delaware. Tournament director, myself. Only 12 players, small field. Stream you can watch at The Sweat by Jeremy Mason, of course, every Friday. First place, gentleman by the name of Scott Hurley. I had actually not met Scott Hurley. I was actually friends with him on Facebook already, but apparently he hasn't played pool for a couple years. But he lives right in the area in like Middletown, Delaware. So played really well. I mean, I played really well, and I actually ended up in second place. But I played some of my best pool and had nothing for him. He beat me in the hot seat match. He beat me in the final. So shout out to Scott Hurley, played really well. As I mentioned, I had second place and third place. My buddy Noah Lowe playing really well, getting high in the tournament every week. Just said he has to kind of work on his stamina. So shout out to Noah, getting better. Seems like every week. Friday night chip tournament at South Jersey Billiards in Somerdale, New Jersey. Tournament director Tony Rudy. First place Tim Guinan. Second place, Colleen Richardson. Third place, Dan Kolodny. Those tournaments are a lot of fun. Chip tournament every Friday night. Up there, handicap chip tournament, a lot of fun. Great format. So I think it's a redraw every round. You play one game and you either win or you lose. And if you lose a chip. And if you lose all your chips, you're out. So cool format. They have great fields up there. They have great equipment up there. So go check them out sometime if you're in the area. They also have a tournament on Sunday up there, South Jersey Billiards. This week, first place, I believe it might be a short rack 8-ball tournament. Maybe I'll have to confirm that for you guys later on. So, first place, Russian Kenny. Second place, Kevin Murphy. Third, Vibol Hang. So, congratulations to those gentlemen there. First time I've seen Russian Kenny in action in a while. He has kind of been laying low, so I wonder if he's back playing a bunch. And then moving, of course, to the bigger weekend tournaments. Those were all weekly tournaments that I mentioned so far. But the Delmarva Amateur Tour, DMVAT, event number 14, had a stop at On Cue Sports Bar and Grill in Front Royal, Virginia. I believe I have a picture of your winners there. That is first place, John Oliveras. Second place, Omar Abbasi. Third place, Phil Kearns. Fourth place, Jim Davis. Fifth, sixth, Mark Dudley and Jamie Brogdon. That is tournament director and tour operator Chris Wilburn. And you can watch the stream for that tournament at DMV Amateur Tour Facebook group. Or Chris's Twitch page. I actually don't have the name of his Twitch page, but if you're interested, I'm sure you can go to Chris Wilburn's Facebook page and find out information for that. So shout out to Chris, always does a great job. I know Virginia a little bit far away. We don't cover too many tournaments that far, but Chris's tour has several stops every year, much closer, a lot of the venues that we do cover. So I just mentioned his tour when he has a event. Shout out to Chris. Joe Norton, JNT Scotch Doubles, back pocket 8-ball, limit 150. That is a mouthful. Joe does that to me every week. He does a lot of different formats for his tournaments, not afraid to try new things, different formats, different games, different handicap levels. So Joe actually has his own custom handicapping system for now. He has announced that he plans to switch entirely to using Fargo to rate his tournaments moving into 2022. So this one was limit 150. Scotch Doubles back pocket 8-ball. And let's see there's the congratulatory post from Joe Norton. Saturday, 2 tournaments. He also had a 470 and below tournament. Winners from the back pocket 8-ball Scotch doubles tournament. They had 21 teams, huge tournament there, 42 players. First place, Kyle Dilly and Steve Doherty. Sorry, guys. Doherty? I don't know. Daughtry? Kyle and Steve. Great shooting, guys. Second place, Brian Bianca and Josh McCauley. Josh always plays real strong. Third place, Jeff Ball and Dave Mullins. And fourth place, Darlene Lewis and Logan Harrington. Logan, another real strong player. So congratulations to all of those teams. And shout out to Joe Norton for another great tournament. The singles, 470 and under. First place, Guyanese Leonidas, which I guess that's why they call him Nemo. Actually, I had mentioned a few weeks ago on the show that Nemo won or got second place in a Scotch doubles tournament. His partner was Joe Stem. I did not know Nemo's real name. Well, now we know. Guyanese Leonidas. So he first place. Congratulations to Nemo. Second place, Trey Black. Third place, Taylor Perkins. I believe Taylor is a junior player, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a teenager somewhere in there. I'm not sure. Congratulations to her. Fourth place, Carl Vester. So 2 great tournaments at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. Tournament director Joe Norton. You can check out Joe Norton Tournaments on Facebook for any information you may want for his upcoming events. And like I said, almost every weekend he has something going on, and he has huge Calcuttas out there, and the different formats that he runs give an opportunity for players of all skill levels. So check him out. David Mason of Maryland, not my brother, and Sarah Ivins ran a tournament. They do not have a name for their tour so far as I know. But they've been running tournaments a lot over at Bell's Sports Bar and Grill in Frederick, Maryland. There you go. This week they had a handicap 8-ball tournament. They used APA handicaps for that. 25 players. Congratulations to your winner, Rick Winpigler. Great player there. No shocker. Second place, Orlin Enrique, apparently from Virginia. Third place, Ryan Jones. Fourth place, Richard Musser. So strong finishes there for those 4. Guys, I apologize. I keep swallowing. I'm having a little bit of a problem here with I don't know, hopefully I'm not getting sick or anything, but Mountain Dew, not a sponsor. So sorry for that, guys. If I take a drink a couple times throughout the show, I should probably switch that up for a water. But moving right along, B&L Scotch doubles 1200 and under. For anybody that does not know, B&L, that is Brian Kilgore and Lai Lee. First place, Jay Lee and Fred Chrislip. Second place, Lee Preston and Leroy Preston. Third place, Jeff Ball and Adam Green. Congratulations to those 3 teams, but I'd like to call your attention to your fourth place team on your screen now. Congratulations to Lucas Kilgore and Joshua Muhammad, 2 young junior players. I think they may both be around 14 or 15 years old, somewhere in there. Actually got to hang out with Josh a little bit on Wednesday night when I was at Center Pocket. Really nice young man. His parents are both really nice people. And of course, Lucas Kilgore is Brian Kilgore's son. So congratulations to a couple junior players pairing up, playing really well, getting a real deep finish in a tough field. So congratulations, guys. Love seeing that. Hope you guys continue to enjoy the game, and you're probably both going to be an issue in our area for a long time. So congratulations to them. There was a U.S. Open qualifier 9-ball tournament at Atlantic City Billiards. Your tournament director was Brad Silver. The stream was provided by Lee Blanchard, and I think he and Brad Silver both did commentary throughout that event. The stream was really nice. Actually, you can go check him out at Lee Blanchard's personal Facebook page. Little bit of a funny situation at the end. Ended up doing a 3-way chop in a U.S. Open qualifier. A little strange. I was surprised. I asked Brad about it. He said it's what the players wanted to do, and so they just went with it. But Jesus Atencio was in the hot seat. Met Vergara had actually lost the hot seat match, and Daniel Dagadat had made it back through the B side. So those were your final three players. Three-way chop. I believe Jesus Atencio did get the spot for the U.S. Open. So congratulations to him. Undefeated in this tournament. Played really well. Fourth place, Matt Craw. Fifth place, Jimmy Rivera and Carl Morgan. Shout out to Carl Morgan. Gave Jesus Atencio all he could handle in the final four on the winner's side. Carl had him, I think, 5-2, maybe somewhere around there, and really didn't do a whole lot wrong down the stretch, and Jesus was able to run him down. But shout out to Carl. Played really well. That's it for the local tournaments in the area this week. But real quick, shout out to some of the players that were out in Vegas. Some of our local guys. I know Adam Frank was out there playing singles. Steve Hurt Jr. was out in Vegas. Linda Adams was out there as well. Big congratulations to Tommy Kozlowski with a strong T5 finish in, I think this was the purple bracket. I believe Tommy's a 7 in 8-ball, so I'm assuming that was the top tier bracket there. Tommy with the 5th place. Congratulations to him. Played really well. I know a bunch of our local players are still out in Vegas right now, or some have come back from singles, and other people are out there for the team events right now. So good luck to all of our local players out in Vegas for the APA National Championships. Shoot 'em straight, guys, and congratulations to those of you that have already gone out there and are finished. All right, I think that wraps up the local recap real quick. We're going to run through some of the upcoming tournaments for next weekend. I've already mentioned Wednesday night 8-ball at Tom's Bullpen this week. Actually alternate between 9 and 8-ball every other week. This week is 8-ball. Tournament director Adam Frank. You can... I think the event is posted to Adam's Facebook page. You can find it there and let Adam know if you would like to attend. That is in Dover, Delaware. No Wednesday tournament at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar this week. As we already mentioned, they are closed for construction tomorrow and Wednesday, to my understanding. But you can check out Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar on Facebook to confirm that if you would like. Wednesday night open 10-ball tournament at Center Pocket. Tournament director Kevin Williams. Hit him up if you want to go play, or just show up before 7. Thursday night 8-ball at Jumbo Jimmy's. Tournament director Sean Wilkie. They have that tournament every week. Seems like it's a lot of fun. Short races, 8-ball, small buy-in. So nice little weekly tournament out there. Friday open 9-ball tournament at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar this week. I will not be there. Adam Frank will be there running things, but you can let me know if you would like to play. I anticipate that it will fill up this week. We have the brand new diamond tables in play. The only reason I am not going to be there is because I have a full day ahead of me on Saturday, as we will mention in a few minutes. They also have a 9-ball tournament this Friday at Pockets Tavern. Contact Tariq Almala if you'd like to play in that. That may or may not already be full. He fills that tournament up very quickly. So if you would like to play, make sure you get in touch with Tariq Almala ASAP. Brews and Q's on the Boulevard has, of course, their $20 9-ball tournament every Friday. Center Pocket has a tournament every Friday. And there is a chip tournament at South Jersey Billiards every Friday. Plenty of places to play, guys. Before we move too far ahead, I believe somehow I missed the Chop Tank weekly handicap 9-ball tournament. So I actually don't have results for that in front of me right now, but I believe I do have your updated season standings right there, your top 25 on the points. I apologies to Danny Bell. Sorry to whoever won that tournament this week. I apologize for not having that for you guys. But you can check out Lee Bell's personal page or Dorchester County Tournaments Facebook group to see results for that. Also coming up this weekend, August 14th, I will be at the 625 and under 9-ball event at Chop Tank Bowling and Billiards. Tournament directors Danny Bell. I will be there playing and streaming. Should be commentary basically throughout. If it's not me, a couple of other guys should be able to jump in and help out with the commentary. So, going to be a great feed for you guys. It's a really strong field. There are still positions available if you'd like to play. I believe there's about 48 to 50 players signed up, and I think Danny will take 64 players. So, if you'd like to play in that event, 625 and under Fargo 9-ball, great event to play in. Danny does a great job, and it's a really nice room. So look up Danny Bell on actually look up Lee Bell on Facebook, I should say, and you can get information on that tournament there. Also this weekend, Dynaspheres Cup 10-ball at Bankshot Bar and Grill in Laurel, Maryland. That is a Billiards Sports Network event. Contact Jake Lawson or Josh Setterfield if you'd like to participate in that event. Or you can just search on Facebook for Dynaspheres Cup, and should be the first thing that pops up, the event for that. And you can go in there in the discussion and let somebody know that you would like to play. Going to be a great event. They do a great job. They have a top-notch live stream, so check out the Dynaspheres Cup 10-ball. Check out Billiard Sports Network. The Black Cat Pool Tour does have 2 events this weekend. Saturday, open event at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland, and then Sunday, the 549 and below. That Kevin Williams always follows that format. Open tournament Saturday, 549 and below on Sunday. So contact Kevin Williams or look up Black Cat Pool Tour on Facebook if you would like information regarding that event. There's a one pocket tournament up at Corner Pocket of Delran in Delran, New Jersey. Tournament director Vinny DiNucci. So look up Vincent DiNucci on Facebook if you would like information regarding that event. And all these events, of course, we will cover next week in our local recap. So I think that is everything I wanted to get to for the local stuff this week. We're going to jump right into other news moving around the country. There's a lot of stuff going on in the pool world right now. John Brumback announces his retirement. This is a post on Facebook that I saw earlier. Actually, not entirely familiar with John Brumback. I know a little bit of the player that he is, but seems to me from looking around a little bit today that he's widely regarded as the best bank pool player possibly in the history of the game. So congratulations to John on a great career, and he will be retiring. So that covers that. Omar versus Oscar. Big money match last week. Aaron's Pool Parlor had the live stream. Did an awesome job. Actually, of note, he had Demetrius Gelatis and Josh Burble. Both of those gentlemen are frequent flyers on the Cue It Up podcast. And they did commentary for this match. This was a pay-per-view for days 2 and 3. Day 1 was free. But they did commentary from their homes in Minnesota, which was really cool. So that match was played at Hard Times in Sacramento. I believe after day 1, Oscar actually finished day 1 with a 3-pack and wanted to keep going. He was putting the balls on the table to rack them up. The score was 33-31 or 33-30, and I think it was 33-30, and they told him he had to stop, but he was in the middle of a 3-pack and he wanted to keep going, so he played really well. Took both players a little while to get going. The stream was awesome. Aaron did a great job. So I watched that. I did not buy the pay-per-view. I was so torn on this one. I wanted to so bad. I almost at one point just bought the stream just to support Aaron because of the great stream that he had put on. He did an awesome job. And but it was on the West Coast. They were starting about 9 o'clock every night, my time. And of course, racing to 33 can take, it was taking like 5 hours or whatever. And I just could not watch a great deal of it. So actually Saturday, I believe it was, no, it would have been Thursday night was the final day of that. And I was actually really, really debating on it because I was on vacation this week, as I mentioned earlier, and I had an 8:10 tee time at a golf course almost 2 hours away from my house for Friday morning. And of course, Thursday night, Shane was playing Corey, a race to 13 Chinese 8-ball. I thought about staying up and watching that. and I was gonna buy the stream for the day 3 of Oscar versus Omar and just stay up all night, watch pool all night, and then go play golf in the morning. So, but I didn't. I went to bed, so I don't have a great breakdown for days 2 and 3 for you guys. I know after day 2, Omar led 66-65, and of course, it was neck and neck the final day. I believe it was tied at 95. Both players really had a chance to win. Oscar actually, I think, took the lead down the stretch, maybe 98, 97 to 96 or something like that, before Omar jumped back out in front. And even at, I think, 99, 98, Oscar had a chance at the table. I believe he made a mistake. And then Omar actually made a really nice out. Had to go a couple reels with the cue ball and break out. I think it was the 6. And landed just perfectly and basically had ball in hand shape for the rest of the run out to win 100 to 98. So another awesome long race money match. Just crazy how even of a matchup it was. Probably the second closest long race that we've ever seen, obviously behind Shane versus Dennis here recently. So guys, check out Aaron's pool parlor for sure. Stream was top notch. He's doing a really good job out there. So, and there's so many of these money matches. We're going to get to in a little bit. I'll show you guys later on some of the ones that we got coming up. But first of all, next order of business, just announced today, Molina Mike broke the story. Some of you guys have already seen this. Oh, and real quick, I should mention, follow Molina Mike on Facebook, because while I was not able to give you guys a great breakdown of Omar versus Oscar just now, nobody does it better than Molina Mike. He gives live updates. He's at most of these matchups. When he's not, he's watching and gives like minute by minute updates, especially down the home stretch. He does a really good job of capturing the just the energy of the moment in those situations. So, but Molina Mike dropping a bomb on us today. 10 ball, 4 1/4 inch pockets, race to 120. And if you guys do not know those flags on your screen, that means Shane Van Boning versus Chang. I would tell you Chang's full name, but I'd probably say the wrong one. So, you guys, actually, if you go to Molina Mike's page right now and find this post, and read down in the comments, they actually have already announced a date for this. I think it's going to be at the end of September, like not very far off. So that is huge news. You guys are going to want to check that out. And I think that may be another Omega Billiards live stream pay-per-view. But of course, I will have all that information for you guys on a later show once it is officially announced and there is a flyer for it or whatever. I'll make sure I show that to you guys. So, but that's going to be a great matchup. Can't wait to watch that. So, really looking forward to that. We're going to get to the Brendan Crockett Memorial 10 ball tournament here in a second, guys. But I want to get into this is where I want to get into what I really want to talk about for the show today. And at the beginning of the Brendan Crockett Memorial 10 ball tournament, you can actually go to. Now, I wanted to clip this video for you guys and play it for you. But during the players' meeting at this tournament, at the end of the players' meeting, Oscar Dominguez, the owner of Hard Times, I believe he was the tournament director as well. They did a really nice tribute to the young man Brendan Crockett who had passed away. I think they said he passed away 5 years ago. This is the third running of the tournament. But from what I understand, he was real close with Oscar. Real close with a lot of people out there. I think Tyler Steyer was like his sparring buddy and everything. But when I understand, a really nice young man, gone too soon. Car accident, I believe it was, and in the car accident, his cues were burnt up, and so of course his playing cue was not one of a kind, but part of a limited series built or a Predator cue built by Jacoby. And Tyler Steyer actually got with those companies and had them recreate this cue for this young man, put it in a real nice display box, and presented that to the gentleman who was, I believe, Brendan's coach. So it was a real nice, touching moment. Oscar is, of course, on the mic trying to run a players' meeting. Can't contain the tears. It was a very, very touching moment. But you guys can watch the footage of that if you would like to at Aaron's Pool Parlor. Find the video from day one, and at the beginning of that video, the players' meeting and that memorial is there. Like I said, I wanted to have that video for you guys today, but couldn't quite get that footage in time from Aaron. He it was funny because he told me that he would get it to me, and so I texted him a little while ago. I'm trying to bug him, not trying to rush him, but he says, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll have it to you um this evening." And I'm like, "Well, it's already evening on the East Coast." So he's of course out in Sacramento, so didn't get that footage for you guys, but it was really an awesome moment. Great job by Tyler Starr, and I'm telling you guys, I'm more and more I'm hearing about Tyler Starr, the more I'm becoming a Tyler Starr fan. He seems like a great young man. He's a great player. And I said it in the comments on the live feed from that tournament the other day that I don't know of a player who represents a brand better than Tyler Steyer represents Predator. He is always professional, of course, on the table, but just the way he talks about the equipment, talks about the company, it's very, very impressive. And if you're out there and you're looking for somebody that you want to sponsor as a player, um, follow that model. Find somebody like that young man right there, because that is just top notch stuff. But so I was watching that, and I did not have a guest conversation recorded already for this week, so I want to just kind of follow that vibe and just think about some of the players that have meant a lot to myself and the rest of the players in my area. And I'm sure if you're out there watching, if you're listening to this, there's players that come to mind for you. Um, but first one for me, Brian Vodak. This gentleman was at every single one of my tournaments over the last 2 or 3 years. If I'd have ran 5 tournaments in 1 week, he'd have been at every single one of them. And gone too soon. Brian Vodak passed away a little over a year ago, I suppose it's been. Um, just a top-notch guy, and we miss him at Jeremy Mason Pool tournaments and all the other tournaments that go on in Delaware. Bull Williams, all you guys around here know Bull. He just passed away, I believe it was last year, so we miss you, buddy. He's probably up in heaven still chewing on a toothpick. Some of you guys know Rocco Ward. Young man, younger than myself actually, and really nice guy. I got to meet him a few times, but I know a lot of people that were very close with Rocco, and he was just a great young man. Passed away last year. He had just snapped off a huge Mary Collins event up in Pennsylvania, field of I think 128 or maybe even 256 local amateur players, and at the top of his game, great young man, and a lot of people miss him. Tommy Drum, Tommy D. That's a great picture. That's exactly how I remember Tommy. He was the bartender at Milford Billiards for a couple years as I was running tournaments there. Got to hang out with him a lot. He's a great guy. Zach Lednam, young man, came to several of my tournaments, but his father, Ray Lednam, a good friend of mine, plays in a lot of tournaments that I run. And so there's a couple of players out there that I'm remembering while we do this episode today, guys. And I just wanted to go through that real quick. I know everybody out there, like I said, if you're watching, if you're listening, there's players that come to mind for you. My grandpa comes to mind for me. I mean, if it wasn't for my grandpa, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast today. Pool probably wouldn't mean anything to me. I remember being a 9-year-old boy. We had just moved to Delaware. My grandparents lived here, and I remember the first time I walked out into his garage and saw that old 8-foot Brunswick. It was covered, and there's something about it. Just kind of, it's the first time I'd ever been around a pool table, as far as I know. But I distinctly to this day remember that. And then I remember over the course of the next months and years, always begging my grandpa to let me play. And he finally did. I got a cue for Christmas that year, and it became a part of my life. And I never would have known how big a role it would have played in my life at the time. But my grandpa, of course, passed away. I believe it was summer of 2017. So I remember him. And I know if Eric was here, he'd be talking about his dad. Um, and it's somebody for each of you. And so I want to remember him. Um, it was like I said, it was a great tribute for the young man at the 10 ball tournament out there. Um, and I think sometimes we all get so caught up in this game and caught up in rules and uh, what the system should be, what the rules should be, what size pockets should be. You shouldn't be allowed to doctor the rack, all these things. You shouldn't be allowed to use a magic rack. 9 balls too boring, 10 balls too much about the break, all this and that. We get into all this stuff, and sometimes we forget that the reason we love this game is because it affords us an opportunity to spend quality time with people that mean a lot to us. And I want to remember that today. I want you to remember that today. That forget about all the stupid little squabbles and things. Like, you're still going to have those, but today, let's remember the real reason that we play this game. It's a great game. It's an outstanding game. It's an intricate and beautiful game. But the game is not really what it's about. The game is not the important part. The important part is the people. And our verse for this week: for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. I think we'd all do well to remember that this isn't forever. Um we all have a day, we all have a time. And what are we doing fighting about stupid little pool stuff? You know? Um if you're out there in Vegas, guys, I know a lot of you are, enjoy the people at your tournament this week, that ever you go to. Enjoy the people. Um some of them might not be there the next time you go. And that's the reality of it. And I want to remember that today. And I think Oscar and Tyler and the rest of the people that were involved out there did a great job of really highlighting that in that moment, that that's what it was really about, was that young man and how much they missed him, and how much they wished that they could play a tournament with him one more time, how much Tyler wished that he could just hit balls with him one more time. So that's my charge to you guys this week. And with all that sappy stuff out of the way, let's get into this Brendan Crockett Memorial Tournament. It's just an $80 entry. They ended up with 150. I saw somewhere it said 153 players. A couple other places I saw 156, but regardless, huge field and monsters just everywhere you looked. Huge Filipino contingent. Shane was there, Corey was there, Tyler was there, James Aranis, which of course he would be a part of the Filipino contingent. So, but lots of top pros. Really, really tough field. And shout out to the staff at Hard Times. They got through the races to 7 on both sides, 153 players, and they had it down to 32 players by day 2. And day 2 was smooth. They were able to, kind of go at a good normal tournament pace for day 2. So really, really impressive feat getting that done out there. So, and here's your winners. Tournament director Oscar Dominguez on the right there. Champion in the middle, James Aranis. And I believe that is the cue that he's holding right there, the cue that Tyler had made to remember Brendan Crockett. Second place, third from the right, John Mora. John back to playing really well. I mean, so impressive. Anybody out there that doesn't know, John Mora, Canadian player, has always been a right-handed player. But he was left-eyed dominant, from what I understand. And because of that, his head was kind of cocked over. Like, if you watch old footage of John Mora playing, his head's all the way across the cue to the side. And apparently it caused him a bunch of neck problems. He had to quit playing for a while, and he taught himself to play left-handed and is back to playing world-class pool once again. Got within a couple games of snapping this tournament off. I think the score in the final was 11-7 in favor of James. So shout out to John Mora. Awesome stuff there. And Tyler Steyer, third place. I really thought he was going to win this tournament. I watched a lot of this tournament. I watched this once again, Aaron's Pool Parlor with the stream, guys. You got to check him out. It was an awesome stream. And there's more to come. He has something he's streaming next weekend, which I'll mention in a moment. But definitely go follow Aaron's Pool Parlor on Facebook. You're not going to find anything better than that. But yeah, so I really thought Tyler was going to snap this tournament off. He was playing well. He was breaking well. James was breaking well as well, but from some of the early matches that I watched, James was making some mistakes, didn't really seem to be locked in. And Tyler ran a 6-pack in one match. This was a winter break format. And Tyler was just squatting the rock and making 2 or 3 balls on the break and running out. And couple mistakes down the stretch. He actually was up 6-3 against James Aranis in the hot seat match. And 1 or 2 little errors. James came back and won that. And John Mora, just to get into the third place match, had to beat a really hot Carlo Beato coming through the B side. He'd won 4 or 5 matches in a row. He was playing perfect. And he was up 6-3 on John Mora. And we were all watching the hot seat match at the time, but you could see the table in the background was Carlo Beato versus John Mora, and a lot of us were kind of locked in on that match down the stretch, even more than we were watching the hot seat match. So John able to come back and win that hill, made a couple real nice runouts back to back to win that. He goes on to beat Tyler and got real close to snapping it off. So congratulations to your winners there. James Aranis first, John Mora second, and Tyler Steyer in third. Carlo Beato out in fourth. Fifth, sixth was Omar Al-Shaheen and Warren Kiamko. Seventh, eighth was Shane Van Boning and Corey Dool. So congratulations to the winners out there, and congratulations to Oscar Dominguez and the rest of the staff at Hard Times for a great event. I think that's it from Hard Times. Real quick, we're going to get into the what to watch section for this week, guys. Lots coming up. As I just mentioned, next weekend, Aaron's Pool Parlor will be streaming the BEF California State Junior 9-Ball Open. There's a 19 and under boys division, 19 and under girls division. They have payouts in both of those for the top finishing 14 and under. Guys, I'm telling you, go check out Aaron's Pool Parlor and watch some of this coverage. You will not be disappointed. It is a great stream. So that is coming up next week. You can watch that. Also, coming up next week, Skylar versus Carlo, the 13th and 14th pay-per-view. You can go to omegabilliards.com to purchase that pay-per-view. This is going to be a great matchup. Race to 120, 9-ball, 9 on the spot. Format kind of favors Skylar a little bit, but a lot of people would tell you that Carlo's probably the better rotation player by a little bit. So the 9 on the spot brings it back to an even match, and going to be good. Skylar's been playing awesome, coming off the loss against Shane. Before that, he had beat Dennis on the bar table. This will be a 9-foot table. So let's see how Skylar plays in this. Check out the pay-per-view, guys. I plan to purchase this pay-per-view and break down this matchup for you. Looking forward to it. Dynasphere's 10-Ball Open. Once again, as we already mentioned earlier, check out Billiard Sports Network on YouTube. Jake Lawson and Josh Setterfield have a great stream. This is local. You guys can actually go to the Bank Shop Bar and Grill and watch this live if you would like. Going to be a great event. As we showed you guys last week, Frost versus McGrath coming up soon, 17th through 19th. Pool Action TV. Lots of great stuff to watch, guys. Texas Open coming up right after that, August 23rd to 29th. U.S. Open coming up early in September, the 13th through the 18th, presented by Matchroom. Alex Pagulayan versus Tony Chowan, One Pocket. That's coming up quicker than you think, end of September. Pool Action TV, once again with the live coverage. I think I mentioned it last week, and I'll mention it again, that Pool Action TV is a pay-per-view. All these events are pay-per-view, but you can purchase a yearly pass from them for $120 and then renew it every year for $100. And they put on a bunch of these big uh, challenge matches, and they stream some great tournaments. So definitely look into that, guys, if you're wanting to watch more professional level pool. So I think that's everything, guys. One more thing to watch. I will be live streaming the 625 and under Chop Tank Bowling and Billiards tournament coming up Saturday. I will be doing commentary. I'll have some other guys doing commentary with me. So you can check out The Sweat by Jeremy Mason on Facebook. Guys, thanks as always for checking out The Sweat podcast. Look forward to having you guys back next week. I will have a guest next week. I promise you guys right now, I will have a guest next week. I may announce in a couple days who that guest will be. I've got about 3 or 4 that I've already committed to coming on. So I just got to figure out which one of those it will be, and we will get that done for you guys. I'm going to have to plan to record that during the week sometime because I do have a very busy weekend. So I may actually be going on Sunday to the tournament at Dynaspheres to hang out with those guys, possibly do some commentary. We'll see. So, but we will have a guest next week, guys. I have not spent any time on any of these episodes so far looking at the comments section. I don't know if we're moving forward going to have a section where we do that, but if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the chat. I will definitely address them after the live broadcast if I do not get to them during the show. I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out and watching. This is the Sweat Podcast. I'm Jeremy Mason. Have a good week.